Okay, 7th grade. We're almost done with our unit on percentages, but today we're going to talk about percent word problems. So this is kind of taking everything we've learned about percentages and putting it into word problems where you need to read the word problem. Yes, step 1 is read the word problem. You need to read it and then determine, all right, what's the best way to get to the answer? So I got a bunch of examples I'm going to do. For example 1, I got 2 different problems we're going to start with. So in the first one it says, Jeff got 32 out of a possible 40 points on a quiz. What was his percentage? So this is a great example of using the formula. So if you notice on your notes, you've got a bunch of different little formulas to remind you, and one of them is part over whole equals percent over 100. Part over whole equals percent over 100. And we can use this formula to figure out the answer. Because, so we see Jeff got 32 out of a possible 40 points. So the part, Jeff got 32. He got part of it right. He got 32 of them right. The whole is the whole quiz, which was 40 points. And that's going to equal, this is always 100. And percent, in this case, that's what we're trying to find, because that's what the question says. It says, what was his percentage? So I'm going to put an X there. And now you can see I just have a little proportion that I need to solve. If you remember, to solve proportions, you need to cross multiply. Always start with a diagonal that has the variable. So 40 times X is 40X. 32 times 100 is 3200. And then we're just going to solve this. We're just going to divide by 40. I do that, and I end up with 80. 3200 divided by 40 is 80. So I get X equals 80. The question was, what was his percentage? His percentage was an 80%. So we use this formula, part over whole equals percent over 100, to answer this question. Let's read the next one. Sarah made 65% of her free throws. If she shot 60 free throws, how many did she make? So, again, we're going to use that same formula, part over whole equals percent over 100. I'm not going to write it again. But we're going to use that same formula because we know some of that information. This time we know her percentage. It was 65%. So I put that in the percent spot of the formula. Then I'm going to look. So she shot 60 free throws. How many did she make? 60 is the whole. That's the whole amount of free throws she shot. So I'm going to put a 60 there. How many did she make? That's the part. I don't know that. That's going to be the X this time. So I'm going to cross multiply here. I get 100X, because 100X times 100 is 100X. 65 times 60. I'm going to need my calculator, if I can get it. 65 times 60 is 3,900. Then I'm just going to divide by 100. And I end up with X equals 3,900 divided by 100 is 39. So I figure out she made 39 free throws. And common sense tells us that that makes sense as an answer. She shot 60 and she made 65%. So she made more than half of them. So we should get more than 30, and we did. We got 39. Let's say you did this and somehow you messed up. Let's say you put the X in the wrong spot. You flipped it and you ended up getting, I don't know, let's say 80. Well, how could she make 80 free throws if she only shot 60? So make sure your common sense is there to make sure the answer makes sense. All right, so this is example 1. I got 2 more examples coming.